Good morning students. Our chapter number 8 cell structure and functions is going on. In the first 3 period we learn about who discover the cell, how organisms are varies in number, shape and size of cells. Then we learn about parts of the cell that contains cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Today we will see the remaining part of this chapter. Now see our next point, gene. Gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms. Gene is a unit of inheritance in living organism. Inheritance, varsa. It controls the transfer of hereditary characteristics from parent to offspring. Parent to offspring. This means that your parents pass some of their characteristics on to you. Some of their characteristics from on to you. Now, gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms and it controls the hereditary characteristics which passes from parent to offspring, which transfers from parent to offspring. And this means that what if your father has brown eyes, you may also have brown eyes. That type of characteristics, that type of hereditary characteristics. If your mother has curly hair, you might also end up having curly hair. This type of genes, this type of characteristics will be passed in the genes and that control the characteristics. All the characteristics we are not getting from our parents. Some characteristics we are getting from our parents, maybe from mother or maybe from our father. However, the different combination of genes from parents result in different characteristics, and the different combination of genes from parent side, from mother or from father and from the parents, that result in the different characteristics also. And we are also having some different characteristics rather than our father and mother, different characteristics. Now here Paheli wants to know if the structure of the nucleus is same in the cells of plants, animals and bacteria. If the structure of the nucleus is same in the cells of plants, animals and bacteria. No, the structure of plants and animals is same, but bacteria is different. How? We will see here. The nucleus of the bacterial cell is not well organized. Like the cells of multicellular organisms. Now we are aware about that plant cell and animal cell. Which cells are available in plants and animals? Those are called as a multicellular organisms. Many more cells are available in the plants and animals, but in the bacteria there are maybe single cell organisms are there. The nucleus of the bacterial cell is not well organized, and the bacterial cell which have a nucleus, it is not well organized. There is no nuclear membrane. And the cells having nuclear material without nuclear membrane are termed prokaryotic cells. And the cells which does not have the nuclear membrane, the cells which are having nuclear material but without nuclear membrane, that term as a prokaryotic cell. And the organisms which is having that type of cells, prokaryotic cells, which is called as prokaryotes. Pro means primitive, karyon means nucleus. And the examples of that prokaryotes: bacteria and blue-green algae. Next, the cells like onion cells and chick cells. Onion cells, it is from plant cell, and chick cells, it is from the animal cell. Having a well organized nucleus with the nuclear membrane are designated as eukaryotic cells. The cells which are having well organized nucleus with nuclear membrane. Are designated or called eukaryotic cells. And all the organisms other than bacteria and blue-green algae are called eukaryotes. True and karyon means nucleus. Now here, most important part, maybe ask for the differentiation or define the term. Prokaryotes, prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells, or prokaryotes, eukaryotes. Now here, see the terms again. The cells which are having nuclear material but without nuclear membrane, that terms as prokaryotic cells. And the organisms which are having prokaryotic cells are called prokaryotes. Example, bacteria and blue-green algae. Next, the cells which are having well organized nucleus with nuclear membrane, it is called as an eukaryotic cell. And the organisms which contain eukaryotic cells, that are called eukaryotes. An example, animal cell and plant cell. Now see the next point. While observing the onion cell under the microscope, did you notice any blank looking structures in the cytoplasm? And it is called vacuole. Here you can see vacuole, middle, in the plant cell. Figure 8.7, it is plant cell A and B is a animal cell. Here plant cell in the middle, some blank space you can see. Here it is called as a vacuole. In animal cell also it is present. It could be single and big in an onion cell. You can see here in the plant cell in the middle. Chick cells have smaller vacuoles. Large vacuoles are common in plant cells, and small vacuoles are available in the animal cells. So you first see this figure, and from that figure you can understand. Here vacuole, a large size vacuole which is present in the plant cell, and small size vacuoles are present in the animal cell. Next, you might have noticed that several small small colored bodies in the cytoplasm of the cells of Tradescantia leaf. They are scattered in the cytoplasm of the leaf, and these are called plastids. Some colored bodies are present in the cytoplasm, and these are scattered everywhere in the cytoplasm, and that is called as plastids. They are different in color. We are aware about that. Leaves of the plant are available in different colors like green, blue, or like reddish in color. Then they are in a different colors. Some of them contain green pigment called chlorophyll. Here you can see in the plant cell, green dots are mentioned in the cytoplasm, and the green colored plastids are called chloroplasts. Here it is already mentioned chloroplast. Green dots are mentioned here, and that green dots are called plastids, and they are contain chlorophyll, and for that purpose the name was given chloroplast. They provide green color to the leaves. We are aware about that. Chlorophyll provides the green color to the leaves, and you may recall that chlorophyll in the chloroplast of leaves is essential for photosynthesis. We already learned the photosynthesis concept, and in that we learn how chlorophyll is required for the photosynthesis process. How chlorophyll is essential for the photosynthesis process. Now the last point, comparison of plant and animal cell. If you recall the activities 8.3 and 8.4, which are the activities are? In that activity we saw the cell of plant and animal. We saw the cell of plant cell and animal cell. You should be able to compare the plant and animal cells. Observe the plant and animal cell carefully in the figure 8.7 A and B, which is you can see on the screen also. Let us tabulate the similarities and distinguishing features of the plant and animal cell. Only a few features are mentioned in table 8.1, and we have to complete the comparison of the plant cell, table 8.1. Now see the diagram and see the table. Comparison of plant cell and animal cell. Serial number, part, plant cell and animal cell, and we have to write only which is present or absent. Suppose it is present in the plant cell, you have to write there present. Suppose it is absent, you have to write there absent. Now see, first one, cell membrane, and it is present in both of them, plant cell and animal cell. Here it is already mentioned. Cell wall, You can see here cell wall, which is present in only in the plant cell. Here it is mentioned present, and in animal cell absent. Then nucleus is present in both the cells. That's why here you have to write in here in the plant cell and animal cell present. Then nuclear membrane, both are having nuclear membrane, we have to write present. Cytoplasm, both are having cytoplasm here, or it is already mentioned cytoplasm. Then plastids, which is available only in the plant cell. Vocally, all in both the cells they are having vocally. Plant cell also having vocally, and here in the animal cell also having vocally. Now you complete the table 8.1 and send me on my personal WhatsApp number. And it is most important table, because in the exam question will be asked distinguish between the plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell and animal cell, and draw the diagrams of plant cell and animal cell carefully. Today your chapter number 8 was completed. I will send you PDF. You have to solve question and answers.